What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Film Fan Reviews. If you know, I'm Steve, and today we're talking about one movie that I've really wanted to watch for a while now. I know I say that a lot, but this one has some extra history behind it too, because Zach Kreger is the director of Barbarian. I finally got to see Barbarian. I've been waiting for it for a long time because Zach Kreger, if you don't know already, was a part of The Whitest Kids You Know. That was a sketch show back in the early 2000s, even into the 2010s, I believe. They had a TV show on IFC and probably on a couple other channels I think it aired on, but mainly IFC and a lot of YouTube clips that got around like MySpace, Facebook. I'm dating myself, obviously, but a lot of those clips went viral. You probably know the Abe Lincoln sketch, which I'll put in a little bit of the clip in here. And they did a ton of other stuff. Some of it, yes, is a little bit dated, but overall, I think it's hilarious stuff to go back and look at. And their film Miss March, that he actually directed with his friend Trevor Moore, which unfortunately he did pass away, but we miss him greatly. He was a great addition to the comedy world. But Zach Kreger got a horror movie right now, and it is really, really good. I wasn't expecting more of a horror comedy, which there definitely is comedy in this movie, but nowhere near expecting a polished, like really solid horror movie. And spoiler alert for my rating later, has a contention to be one of my favorite horror movies of the year and even in my top 10 of the year completely. Everything in this movie was so cool. The acting, phenomenal. I was expecting other things, which, if you've seen the trailer and you've read the blips online and you think you know what you're going in to watch, I'm not spoiling anything. I'm not going to do that. I'm not in the business of doing that. I want you to go see this movie. And you don't know what's about to happen. I didn't know what was going to happen. I thought I had an idea, but it takes a hard right turn, and if you're in for it, you're going to love this movie just as much as I did. There is so much suspense, which I wasn't expecting as much, like I said. The comedy is what Zach Kreger is known for, but I feel like he's going to be known for something else now. It's really funny, actually. I want to go off a little tangent here. All these different comedians getting into horror, whether it's like Jordan Peele, now Zach Kreger, and I know there's others that I can't think of right off the top of my head. It's so cool how those two mediums are so close together, which everyone that knows me know I'm a bit of a goofball, as you can tell by some of the edits in my videos and this little guy up here. I like to have little goofs, and I feel like I'm heavily inspired by Zach Kreger, so knowing that he loves all this horror stuff and is so good at it, I'm really excited to see what he does next, because the cinematography in here is really solid. His music choice and all the different sound design in this movie to make the horror even more impactful, so good. I have no complaints. Even the editing, how it jumps around a little bit, it could have got confusing, but he did it very, very well. And honestly, for a first, I don't know if it's really his first solo directorial project, because I know he directed Miss March with Trevor Moore, like I said, but if this is his first solo project, big kudos to you, Zach, because you did a phenomenal job. The writing is really solid too. The characters are believable. Some of the moments do get a little weird. I feel like some of the characters do things that I don't think they would have with the character build in the beginning, but that's just me. Overall, I love Barbarian. You're not expecting it. Practical effects are there and they look great. So much crazy stuff happens. Like I said, the cast is great. I don't know the main girl's name. I can't remember. I'll put it on the screen, but she was great. Bill Skarsgård's in there. He was awesome. Justin Long, who I wasn't expecting to see. I love to see him pop up in these little horror movies, just like Tusk and Jeepers Creepers, and this one's going to be one to remember too. He plays a little bit of a douchebag character, but the story in here is also very interesting. It takes place in Detroit, which I'm a Michigan guy, and it was cool to see how they depicted Detroit, how it is the nice city, and then around it is the poorer and more poverty stricken neighborhoods that unfortunately do exist there. Not as bad as they depict them in the movies, but they are there, and it was interesting to see how they showed that, as well as doing the horror in Michigan. I think was really cool. I'm not going to go too much into it. I don't want to tell you too much of the story. I'll read what they have here, I guess, because I want you to know a little bit, I guess. I don't know. Should I tell you? Should I tell them, man? What do you think, Leprechaun?
Time for the announcement.
Alright, I'll tell you what's in the trailer, and it's very, very minimal. So, this woman is going to Detroit. She's not from Detroit. She's going to an Airbnb because she has a job interview with a documentary maker. And once she gets to her Airbnb, and she finds someone in her Airbnb being Bill Skarsgård, and There's a weird tension building. Like, is Bill Skarsgård gonna be a bad guy? Is he have bad intentions, or is he telling the truth? And they kind of play that back and forth, but that's not what this story is, and that's all I'm gonna say. It's crazy. It's insane. There's more stuff going on than they want you to believe, and you're gonna have to go check it out if you want to know what happens. Because I'm not going into any spoilers, but I will give you my rating, and I'm right at the 4.5, but I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5 right now because I think I'm gonna get up to there once I watch it again. I think this is like an incredible movie. If you've got the time and if you've got the money, go see Barbarian in theaters because it deserves your money. You need to see it on the big screen and you need to see this original story play out because I think it's a great time and I'm curious, what do you think? Write it in the comments. What's your favorite Zach Kreger sketch or anything he's done? Let me know in the comments. I would love to chat with you. Share the video if you'd like it and like it. Be sure to like it and comment anything you want. I want to talk with you guys. Now, thank you so much for watching. And if you want to hear me babble on some more, I have a podcast called The Adam and Steve Show. There'll be links down in the description, Spotify, YouTube. Go on everywhere, subscribe, and do all the cool stuff for me. And I would appreciate it so much. But that's all I got for you today, and I will see you next time. I bumped the mic a little. Hopefully you didn't hear that.